YouTube, what's up? Hope everybody is doing well. We're hopping on into it here today. All right, you guys saw the last couple of videos in this week's video series about pricing, who to listen to, and then also another one about pricing today. This one's all about snow removal. Check it out really quick, just to paint the picture and just to give you a little bit of context. Had a gentleman reach out to me just the other day and he wanted to know a little bit more about how we're using LMN to price our work. Super simple question. Wanted to spend 15 or 20 minutes with him just on a Zoom webinar, showing him exactly like what we're doing for our pricing, what we're doing for our proposals, our sales strategy. There's a lot here actually in 17 or 18 minutes. Now, don't just take this video today and run off to the races and just think like this is a silver bullet. It's not necessarily like that. Have an all-encompassing game plan, sales strategy, marketing strategy, pricing strategy. Know what you're trying to do before you guys just jump on into snow. Is that fair? Just a quick little PSA. But that being said, if you do have LMN, if you do have your contract set up this way, if you have been following my content for any length of time and you've heard my approach on how we're doing snow and salt, which by the way is how I've learned from the biggest guys on how to do it, then this video will be super complimentary, be very helpful, and be probably very insightful. All things being said, shout out to Jason, shout out to Josie. Great questions, great time together. Quick little 20-minute. I was running around that day and I was glad that we were able to get this in and record it. Jason gave me his blessing to share it with you guys, and I thought it was a really helpful video and webinar that he was super appreciative for. Really helped him, just demystified a few things. So if it can help him, it's helped me. I'm sure it can help you guys. All right, that's where we're at. All things being said, if you do need LMN, we got promo code Brian, saves you 10% on that platform. Appreciate the love and support. If you want a demo, I'll give you a demo. If you want a demo, I'll get you our sales guy, Troy, and the rest of the LMN sales team, okay? Fantastic platform, but do not just sign up with it thinking it's a yard book or a jobber. You will have to put 50 to 100 hours into it over the next 3 to 6 months to learn it. Once you learn it, you're good to go. So that's always exciting, but it's not gonna be an easy, quick fix. Can you adopt LMN right now and have it ready for snow? Absolutely. Is it gonna be something that you start today and have ready to go in 30 days though? Not necessarily, okay? There's a lot of stuff that you gotta input, a lot of things that you have to put into the platform for it to start spitting out good numbers, really wrap your head around it. If you're just buried right now in work, probably not the time to switch. You can switch over fall and winter, that's fine. But all things being said, appreciate you guys. Big thumbs up on today's video. Let's go to the little screen share webinar. Check it out, leave me some comments, let me know what you guys think. But hey, here's a quick look under the hood at our snow, salt, staking, shoveling, sidewalk pricing, and our sales strategy, a little bit mixed in there too. Giving away a little bit of the sauce, but hopefully helps you guys grow. All right, over now guys, check out the video here. Let's jump into it. All right, cool deal. And admittedly, I've got about 20 minutes because then I've got to get to a baby appointment myself. So again, no emergencies, no worries. We'll get to the bottom of everything that you guys need really quick. So I think that's Jason hopping on in. He's zipping around the country, it sounds like today. So one of those deals. Jason, we got you, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
There you go. There you go. No worries, man. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for doing this.
Good, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime, man. I was just saying I've got about 20 minutes and I got to be wheels up. I got a baby appointment at 1:40. So
you're good. We don't need to take a lot of time. We have our questions and whatnot.
Yeah. You're good. So where are you guys at with LMN? Do you have LMN so far?
Yeah. So I onboarded back in January, February.
Cool.
And it was just me trying to do it, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So got there and then got to springtime and it didn't happen. So went out to Caleb and Brittany's shop in end of March to do Hardscape Academy.
Cool.
And Brittany's like, you need a VA, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, all right. That's when Mark was out there, and then we went to Leanscaper, so things have changed a lot. So hired Josie here, and that's been a game changer. She's helped me get it set up. And she knows it better than the LMN people at this point.
Yeah. They're really good with onboarding. They're good with a couple of questions later, unless you subscribe to the accelerator program. But when you need a lot of hands-on, sometimes that can kind of drip out, unfortunately, and you need a lot of questions answered fast. It might not be as timely, so I get it. Anything I can do to help, so where are you located again?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, cool. And then you're trying to have the conversation about snow, like how our contracts are set up?
So is Josie in here somewhere or no?
Yeah, she's in here. Yep, she's in here.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't see it on my phone.
No problem.
Right, so basically, I'll let her take most of it, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. So we've been doing snow for, I think, 5 years, just commercial. We do per inch, which is per time, or seasonal. And this year I did 50-50. Some of our contracts are per inch, and we can't change that because they're bigger customers, and it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
We have a lot of the smaller ones that I'm not going to give them an option this year, like you were just saying, like do a tiered system.
Yep.
So we were trying to build those out in LMN last week. We had a lot of questions as far as like what to put in there for the truck time, man time, because I was overthinking it. Like, oh, should I do a 1 hour minimum? Like realizing that I just need to manipulate the numbers and get my prices up to where they should be.
Sure.
So it's showing me basically my minimums, which I got some answers on that when we were in Charlotte. So basically, we want to know, how are you structuring that tiered system with seasonals, and how are you building that out in LMN, and how are you selling that to the customer? And have
Yeah.
you yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Actually, I just came off a sales call literally 30 minutes ago. So I
yep,
had a great 10-minute sales conversation in person, home run, knocked it out of the park, full snow, full salt, and then zipped on over to Firehouse Subs, and then went about 90 miles an hour on the highway to get back here for you guys. So
yep. No,
I'm
you're fine.
doing the exact same stuff you guys are doing, and then after here it's baby, and then after that I got a 3 and a 4, and it just never ends, brother.
Yep.
Yes, yes to all the above. Let me do this. I'll share my screen. By the way, I didn't know you were at Charlotte. I apologize if I didn't meet you or see you. I was there.
I met you in the hallway when we were getting food in the morning or something, but
Gotcha. My bad.
that's
Well,
it.
glad to connect with you, man, for sure. So, yeah, let's go real slow. So, my contracts don't look any different than yours and vice versa.
Hmm.
We had seasonals and then we had per inch and per ton applied,
Yep.
depending on what the client wants. And for seasonals, we divided those up into 5 equal monthly payments. I don't know
Correct.
if you guys do the same
Same thing.
thing. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then what we do is we have a ceiling that after 40 inches, it reverts back to per push and per ton.
Correct.
So
We're doing the same.
yeah, so here's what we're doing. With my LMN account manager, how I set it up and how I'm manipulating it might not be how everybody does it, but it
Hmm.
is exactly how you and I are both doing it.
Yep.
So when you talk to your account manager or you talk to somebody who's a growth accelerator, if you happen to use like the extra coaching that they offer, just
Yep.
let them know what you're trying to do. You know, there's only a handful of ways you're going to be able to do snow in the platform. You know, let's say there's 10 different ways. So you and I
Correct.
are going to be, half of the group is going to do it this way, and the other half might do it a little bit more a la carte. Okay.
Hmm.
So let me do this really quick. I'll pull up my. Can you see? Oh, you can't see my screen just yet. Let me get to my snow. And again, it's like exciting conversation. I'm doing all this real time, and we got a lot to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, all mine are going out this week and next week for sure. So, let's look at our snow. This is our template right here, right now. Okay, so let me turn all this off just so we're all zeroed out. Okay, so what I
Okay.
have, let me actually zero this out too. I was showing somebody this on Link last night. Um, so I'm going to do my best to show you exactly what we're doing. So when I first talk to a client,
Hmm.
establish, are they going to be seasonal? Or are they going to be per push? Now, as you had explained, same thing with us. My narrative is we are only doing seasonal partnerships.
Yep.
Now, again, if you have per pushes, I get that. I'm going to have one or two probably still, sneak through the cracks. But
Correct.
right now, based on my sales plan, my sales strategy is you buy in with 10 plows, a la carte salt,
Hmm.
buy in with 10 plows, 25 salts, or you buy in with 10 plows and 35 salts. Again, divided over 5 equal payments. The
Yep.
the first off, everybody's invested on snow. You want us to be secure in a spot on the route, you get snow. If you want to roll the dice a little bit more, we'll be 10 plows and you can pay per ton market rate, whatever. For your
Hmm.
salt, that's kind of tier one. If you want to lock in a decent price, a decent winner, 10 plows, 25 salt, I pre-buy, you pre-buy, right? That's how it works.
Yep.
Your salt price is locked in. If you're like, hey, we don't want any guesses, we, just put us down for the best winner, the worst winner, if you will. 10 and
Hmm.
35, I pre-buy 35. They're basically pre-buying with me. We're locked
Yep.
in. My client I just came off the horn with, he's like, nope, give me the full package. Our insurance people are crazy around here. We got to make sure that
Yep.
we're locked in 10 and 35. Okay, so really simply, let's go with we're going to submit a price based on per inch because,
Yep.
like you said, you still got some like that. So you could do the 4 tiers. This is kind of like my old template. It's brand new. It's all locked in, but
Hmm.
this is how I did have it set up. So you could always have your tier set up with your snow operator and your truck salter. You're going to get your costs.
Yep.
Very, very simple stuff. So labor and then equipment.
Yep.
Now, if you do like 1.5 to 3, is let's just say it's a 1 hour, whatever. Mine comes to 112. That's on my budget. Now, industry average is 50 gross.
Correct.
And everybody's net's going to be different. I know right now my net, if I do 40 net, I'm going to typically be running a 50 gross.
Yep.
This just happens to be industry averages.
Yeah,
so
that's what we've been getting, like in that 60 to 70 around here. So in
Sure.
on our net profit for snow. So
beautiful.
So that's
beautiful.
where I need to manipulate it. But I'm like, am I screwing up the software or am I not? That's why I needed answers from. I really got answers this weekend from some LMN guys. Like, am I going to screw this up and really mess up my budgeting or what? You know. So
What I'll tell you is you're probably going to start coming in a lot lower than you used to be. That's what I'm noticing. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but you finally know your numbers. You're dialed in now.
Correct.
There's a whole nother talk for a whole another time. But there's 3 different ways that we're bidding our sales strategy. Number one, just cut people's legs out. You want to get customers. You want to get into the market. You're trying to snipe sites. Put everything down to a 10% true net profit. Sales process number 2. You know your numbers, but industry averages 50% gross, and everybody's net's going to be different depending on overhead.
Yep.
Sales process number 3, market rate. You know, in Connecticut or wherever you guys are at, you can get $300 a ton applied, right? And so your numbers are going to say you can do it for 171, Jason, but you're going to do it for 300 because that's market rate.
Correct.
Okay, so it just depends. It just depends on your sales process, right? Because what I'm going to do is run industry averages, and then I'm going to give them a buffet of a 10 plows, 10 and 25, or 10 and 35, and let them come on in. So I'm super competitive on my pricing. I'm super profitable because I know my industry averages and my net, but I'm going to let them decide how much money they want to spend with me. And I've got something for everybody, so I can get them no matter what their budget is.
Correct. Yep.
No matter what, they're going to go with me. Go ahead.
So what does that look like going? You're creating a seasonal tiered system for them. What does that look like going towards them, and how are you getting that out of LMN? How are you giving them those 3 options to see?
Yep. So let's go through here really quick.
That's going to be most important for us to figure out.
Yep. Let's do it really quick together. So I'm going to unlock all these really quick so you can see they're toggled on, right? Josie, you can see this. And again, I got this recorded, Jason, so we can always review it later.
Okay.
But number 1, you can see we've got snow plowing, super simple. We got an operator, which is different than our landscape labor, right?
Yes, correct. We have it built out separate.
Yep. So I think our guys are like $35 an hour. It's averaged or something like that with bird and all that mess. So then we have our truck and salter combo. Okay. So this is my tier pricing. So I used to do 1.5 to 3, 3.5 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 and above. And it would be like 1.5x multiplier between rates and tiers. Not a bad program, also not exact.
Yep.
Also, what I'm deciding to do is actually get away from all that, because when it's snowing 5 inches, we're there every 3 inches anyway.
Correct.
We're 24/7. I'm sure like you guys are too.
My guys are out. It starts snowing, we're out. So.
Yeah, so you could have 10, 1.5 to 3s, or you could start playing the game of 6, 2, 1, 1, 1. It's all the same amount of visits, okay? So it's 10 visits, same amount of money. So what we're doing is we're unlocking our per visit from 1.5 to 3. We're also unlocking our, now I still keep this a la carte. If this was an a la carte customer, there's 4 quadrants: plowing, sidewalks, bulk, and ice melt. Right? Because not every client's the same. Some people don't have sidewalks. Some people don't care about the ice melt, right? So here's our base shovel. Now we keep shovel tied in with plowing because my guys are hopping out of the truck still. This might look different if you got a sidewalk crew. So you can see our sidewalk shoveler is just labor, and I don't even know if we factored in shovels yet into our overhead. I'm sure.
Yeah, gotcha.
Whatever, right? Bulk salt, same thing. We got our prod rates. We know how much per ton per acre or square footage. We have our snow apprentice. We've got our truck, and then we've got our material cost.
So getting your base numbers is what you're getting at. Yep.
So when I do this, and again, just try to do this really quick for time's sake. And again, don't worry about the numbers right here on like profit and all that, because I'm not going to manipulate all that right now. We'll just stick with what it's at. This right here, now you can see this right here is 1 for the plowing, 1 for the walks, 1 for the bulk, 1 for the ice. And by the way, lot staking, okay?
Yep, we do that too.
I actually didn't, so good looking out. I didn't until this just now.
I've been doing it since I started. I was getting $4.50 a stake.
Yep, so $200 for 200 stakes. $1 a stake plus time. We've got a little factor there. So when I go to print reports, and Josie, you can see all this, correct? We're still rocking and rolling. Here we go. So when we're building this out, I'm going to change the pricing in here. Um, let's go. Let's get rid of contract and seasonal price. This right here is got to get aired out. I think I got to switch it back to per visit. 1 second.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's per visit, per visit, per visit. Something's not. Oh, this is per season. Let me get this per visit. And you'll see this. It's really beautiful. So this is what I'm going to present to the customer if they're per push.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say, here's our rates. Let me turn
Correct.
off pricing. I'm going to get off the seasonal price. And now they got per visit. Now, again, you got to manipulate the values here. The one visit, one visit. They should all say ones. So here's our
Yes.
base for 1.5. Here's our base for sidewalk. Here's our, again, you got to change all the
Yep,
numbers.
we got all that. Yep, we've done
Yep.
this, so
So
we're
this,
good with that.
that's our per push and per ton and all the a la carte stuff, right?
Yep.
That's super straightforward. That makes sense?
Yes, I think we're good on that, right, Josie?
Yep.
Yes.
Now,
Okay.
now what I do is you take this number, let's say here,
Mhm.
and by the way, if I sell that, awesome, we're good to go. We're going to manipulate those as jobs into LMN. They go into crew. They can punch in for all 4 of those services,
Mhm.
and you're going to get invoices generated with timesheets, right? Let's go back in here for snow plowing, sidewalk, bulk, and bag. Let's say they're going to buy 10 plows. Okay, and then their a la carte salt. We're going to let them know what the rate is, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure if we can submit that with a seasonal price and just have it toggled in at like 0 because you got to show them some kind of value. So
Yeah, we just do per application on salt, so
we're just going to spell it
I
out in
don't
the terms
dial
of
it in.
service. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're just going to, because I can't put it on the line item. It's going to invoice for it, right?
correct.
So instead, we're going to do this. We're going to switch it to a season. Obviously, I got to go into the contract, manipulate it, divided by 5.
Mhm.
And, it'll say in equal payments. You guys know how it goes. Right above here,
Correct.
it'll say 2150 divided by 5 equal payments of 633 a month.
Okay, so are you sending them 3 separate estimates for the tier system?
We will be, yes. So
Okay.
my goal is to not. My goal is to talk to them over the phone and say, hey, here's a good, better, best. If I'm doing cold call walk into sites and I already
Mhm.
pre-measured and I already want to be a little bit more aggressive with dropping off a folder, I will give them 3 proposals. But
Yep.
all of my sales calls, to save a bunch of bullshit measuring time and back and forth and paper and materials and printing, why would I do all that? I'm just going to talk to the
Yep.
maker and say, where do you feel on this? Well, we're between 2 and 3. All right, I'll get you 2 and 3. Oh,
Okay.
give me the 10 plows and a la carte and give me the full 35. And that way I'm not giving them more than they need.
Yep.
It's a buffet, but they don't need everything on the buffet, right?
So maybe I'll make some phone calls to those, 10
I would shake them
customers
down. I would shake them down.
instead of an email because I
Exactly.
won't get a response. So okay.
Here's the 3 tiers we normally have customers fit into. Which one do you feel like you're most at? And if they come back and they say, hey, my manager wanted the all 3 or wanted the 10 only with a la carte, we want to roll the dice. No problem. I'll get that for you in 10 seconds.
Yep. Perfect.
Now,
Okay.
one quick thing, and don't let me forget this, is before you lock in your seasonal. So right here, you can see we got 10 plows. It's going to give me the total of $1,500 for the season.
Mhm.
I'm going to send the estimate like that. But when I sell the job, right, because it's going to be really a flat rate seasonal price is what's going to be highlighted.
Mhm.
When I sell the job, I come back in here, turn off flat rate, and I click it back to this. I need this line item to be available as a job in LMN for crew,
Okay. Yep. Otherwise,
right? Because
it won't populate. It won't keep track.
yes, under the services, it won't bill out time and materials,
Mhm.
but at least you have a site log that you visited, and it'll generate timesheets, which will generate invoices, but they should zero out, or
Yep.
obviously don't send them outside of your monthly recurring 5 monthly payments.
Yep. Okay.
But you have to revert it back. So big step. Whatever you present's one thing, however you book the job is another, right?
Yeah. I think Josie just figured that out with our mowing route actually,
Yep.
because we're having problems with our per mow and our seasonal. So
Exactly. And then, okay, so let's just go to the end because I got to get rid of myself, but super simple,
Yep.
right? 10 plows. Eventually I can take this and manipulate it into the flat rate price, but 10 plows. Let's do 10 shovels. Let's get this to per season. Bulk salt, let's do 25 visits. This is like just say middle tier.
yeah.
We're going to unlock bag. Let's say they only take 1 bag, not 2 bags or 3 bags, but let's just say 25 1 bags and then 1 thing of lot staking, right?
Mhm.
These are all on. I can take this 89.62, make sure we're correctly doing our net and our gross. This might seem a little low. I'm probably at like a 40% margin if I had to guess. So let's get this number up. I'm going to go to set profit, 40% net, because I know I'm about a 50-40 right now. I don't have a ton of overhead. If you got a $3 million company, 50 gross is going to net you about 20.
Yep.
So let's go to analysis. So I'm a 52 and an 8. That's fine. I'm not going to get super finicky on that, but you can see that this right here would be an 11,316. So what I can now take is all of this back into here, turn all these off, go back into flat rate, submit it with an 11,3 bid. They say, sounds great, sign the proposal. Before you go to create job, I turn seasonal off, put this all back on. Because now when the guys go back in, they tag every time they visit what they did.
Correct.
Make sense?
Yep. That's what we're doing in our software now too. So it's just
super
new
simple.
app. That's all.
If you get LMN, if you get timesheets, if you get crew, that's why we have to manipulate the way the jobs are sold to be able to get them to open up into crew. So I want my guys to be able to punch in every plow. I don't want to just say site visit.
Yep.
Because like, they don't really care, but I do. I want to know how much inventory on ice melt. I want to know how many inventory on actual salt visits. I want to have job costing by the time we're done with this, right? Correct. So I need to know how many visits, how much we did, what time we were there, all that mess.
Yep.
So how you sell it and how you book it, wildly different. And
Two different things.
Yeah. And again, this is for 10 and 25. You know, again, you might have a different sales strategy for 10 and 35 for the guy who wants everything. And
yes,
your numbers are different. Your market might be 6 pushes and 15 salts. I don't know. It could be 12 and 42. My friend Sam.
we're the same as you. So
yeah, my friend Sam's like 15 and like 55. I'm like, damn, like I need to move an hour north, right?
right.
So that's the macro. Make sure your terms and your client notes are accurate and updated. If you don't have that from our snow webinar, I'll email it to you. You're a buddy. I'll get it to you. Our term service are pretty robust. I'm sure you guys have some already, but if you don't have the best of the best, I'll send you what I got. Just as a a little freebie. But make sure before you send all this out, make sure you're manipulating all these numbers for your gross and net. Review. Once you have this kind of set up, copy and paste off of this template.
Okay.
Right? Because you're going to have the best client notes, the most up-to-date terms of service, the most up-to-date pricing. And again, I'll get you this recording. You can go back through here. If you need any numbers, let me know. If you need prod rates, I'll pop that up for you. You can see where we're at.
Yeah. We pretty much have all of that set. Like I said, I've been doing it for a while. I'm just like, this is a whole new way of doing it. I'm like, we need to figure out how you're doing this. Clearly, you've learned from somebody else. So who taught you to do this tier system?
I'm putting Humpty Dumpty back together, brother. I'm learning from everybody. From my account manager to Mark to anybody who's willing to share an ear and give me some tips. This is pretty much the whole ball of wax. Just again, make sure you switch this all over to season if you end up selling it for a seasonal contract. Manipulate it all back to per visit and then uncheck all the boxes so you can actually put it into crew and import that work order. All right.
Okay. One last 2-second question. Are you getting people to log in or to create an account in LMN? Are people doing that for you?
My customers?
Yes. Like their portal?
I couldn't even tell you. Who knows? My residentials all seem to be pretty tech savvy. A couple of my commercials are, but no, I don't rely on a single thing with LMN to. Don't tell LMN that, but I don't tell any of my customers to go to anything with LMN. If they can figure out, great. All of my commercials, well, 8 out of 10 commercials, ACH or drop a check or give me an Avid exchange for payment.
No, as far as the portal to send the invoice over, like creating their own portal to see invoices and stuff.
Never assume anybody gets anything ever, right, Josie? My suggestion, do whatever you guys want, but what I do is I do click print report. I do send it off. I download it as a PDF before I do it. I type in, Sunoco gas station snow 2025. I save it as a PDF. I then go back to the email chain. I've got my commercial email templates, my SOPs. Here's what we say. Attached is the contract. You'll also see it come through LMN/portal. You're welcome to approve there or DocuSign or PDF sign on the attached contract. It's the same contract. Either which way approves for us. No verbal agreement. Please respond back with either their approval with LMN or a signed PDF here.
Yep. Okay.
Do not assume that they get the invoice
LMN.
or the estimate ever through LMN. I love LMN to death, but everybody's email server is different. And, half of the proposal you send out there that you've been waiting on for 3 months, they didn't even get it. And now you're 3 months late and they're wondering if you're serious,
Yep.
And then we look like fools. So assume nothing ever, Josie. Like make sure my suggestion, work with Jason, but paper trail everything you can. After a week, let them know, hey, did you get it? Quick side note, quick tip. It's preseason sale pricing right now, right? All these contracts are good through September 30th. If you want to this is preseason pricing. After October 1st, all these numbers are going to go up to a 20, 30% higher rate.
Yep.
AKA, we're trying to create some urgency, lock in the routes. I don't want to know if my bills are paid in November. I want to know my bills are paid in August.
Exactly. It's always the fight.
That's right,
End of
brother.
October, getting them back to us.
That's right. It's the whole ball
man.
of here. But if you got any questions, if you got any comments, if you got any concerns, just holler. I'm always here for you. This is fun, man. I hope you guys got something out of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we're good, and I think that was a huge help.
Cool.
Just getting the picture. So.
Well, that's what I got. I'll send you the invoice later. Not too bad for $1,000 an hour. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Yeah, you're not 40. What's Mark 40? What?
Dude, 28,000 an hour. Yeah, that's.
Oh my God, he's insane.
I'm not there yet. Yeah, dude. Next time I see you at a live event, you buy dinner. We'll call it even. All right.
Well, seriously, nope, that's good. I'll be in Texas. So.
You keep him out of trouble, and I'll catch up with you guys. All right.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.